Hello, greetings and salutations, and welcome to Y.A.R.P episode 88, and today it is Once Bitten. Now give me some skin, blood.
Wow, you fucked up the
Bruh.
line.
Start. Yeah, he doesn't.
Starting
Oh,
he actually
strong.
doesn't say that. Stop trying to gaslight us even more, dog.
No, we're not going back into that.
No, yeah, whatever. Okay,
Yeah,
so
you
yeah,
owe the audience 5 buttons.
so we've. So honestly, I remember watching this movie one fucking time, and I guess because would you consider this more of a comedy or would you consider this a drama?
Oh, it's
It's
comedy.
probably considered a rom-com, to be honest.
Maybe, Yeah, it's a I guess rom-com. That's actually probably the better thing. Yeah, because like I guess I was expecting something funnier, and it just I don't know, wasn't that funny.
It
There
had
are
some jokes peppered throughout. There were definitely
Yeah,
some good laugh moments.
the third act is definitely what killed me a good chunk of the
Yeah,
time.
I feel like it got really Mad Hat at the end there.
Yeah.
It kind of built up to it. It kept a lot of that for the end. It was a slow build.
The fucking shower scene is like facts in the shower. And
Stop! Why would you do? Damn it! Why would you do
He
that?
can't help
Demonetized
himself.
again.
He literally can't help himself. Like Jesus Christ! Oh,
We were monetized.
I want the
Listen, it's
channel.
his ringtone, okay? He can't help it.
I know, but but
Blazing
yeah,
Saddles
no.
just constantly plays in the background.
This was a very 80s movie. It's very product of its timey kind of thing. To the point it's like painful because we were making fun of that like opening montage, and it's like, God damn, dude.
I think it's kind of interesting how it does try to be a comedy, even though it's not as heavy-handed as comedies.
Mm-hmm.
It also kind of stays true to a lot of the very traditional and classic vampire lore. So it stays within that where it's not like, well, we have to get rid of this piece of lore for the sake of a joke.
I feel like it's a very
The
it's like a cult movie. That's kind of the vibe that I got. It's kind of like Rocky Horror where it's not necessarily good, but it's entertaining. It's like it's a B movie.
You realize movies don't set out to be that, right? Like that's not.
I'm aware. I'm just saying that those kinds of movies still have value.
Okay.
Am I making any sense?
I'm still a little confused by the statement. Like, it's a cult movie because bad?
Well, no, it's a cult movie because like
Weird.
yeah, because it's a little offbeat because it wasn't necessarily super successful, but it's something that's become popular later.
Was this
Uh
movie
Has
unsuccessful?
it? Is it popular now? I don't think it is.
I've heard a lot of people mention it.
I've heard no one talk about this. That's why I was so
Yeah, this is
confused.
not a
I've
movie
heard
that
the
gets talked about like at all.
This is
I mean, I've
probably-
heard the name a lot.
This is probably one of his
Apparently, it was also a song.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I
Also,
don't know.
like, it does feel like a little like not like mainstreaming like because I made the joke that it's like, oh, you girls haven't seen it, it's a fucking vampire movie, you should all know what it is, but it's like it's I don't want to say it's unmemorable, but it just I don't know, it just feels like a bog standard like rom-com
80s movie?
with, rom-com with like just a vampire skin, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Would you at least say it's a B movie?
Well, you can definitely tell it's lower budget. I don't know if I'd say it's a B movie, but the studio that made this was pretty low budget.
Yeah, because doesn't it take more than just budget to?
Any B's in the movie.
Doesn't it take more than budget to make it a B movie? Besides the lack of Jerry Seinfeld.
Well, again, in most cases, aside from the ones that are made like directly for TV and shit like that, like being a B movie is not exactly something you set out to do.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like every movie that's made is set out to make money. They want this to be successful.
Steve Clark's.
But
But,
I mean, this was probably very early in Jim Carrey's career. They figured that he had the comedic chops to this for this to take off, and I don't think it did.
yeah. And to be fair, he is, highlight of the movie whenever Jim Carrey's on the screen. It's pretty fun. Like, hamming it up and doing his thing. That's why
What
we
actually-
love him for it.
What actually was the film that like set his career on fire?
Ace Ventura.
It was probably
Either Ace Ventura or The Mask,
Yeah.
whichever came first.
Yeah, whichever came first.
Those would be his two claims to fame.
Because this was '85. This was while he was still doing In Living Color, I think was the name of the show.
No, In Living Color is the name of the show, but I don't think that came on until like early 90s.
So this was possibly like his debut.
I think so. I mean, that's why I was so confused about it. Like even on In Living Color, his intro says James Carey.
It says James Carrey. This one actually said Jim Carrey. So it's
Weird.
This probably came after the TV.
no, but the TV series is the 90s.
Is it?
I can check. I'll check,
Yeah, we-
but I
just
think
looked
I'm
at
right
it,
about
it
that.
It says 1990 comedy, 5 seasons.
Yeah, and Once Bitten is '85.
Yeah, I don't know then. I mean,
It's so weird.
clearly this wasn't it, know?
Okay, so 1983, his first main role was in the Canadian television film Introducing Janet. The second one is Once Bitten in 1985 in America. So technically, it's his first
It's his-
American debut, his second actual film debut.
So I think
Okay.
what we're missing from this one is because he was still so new and unproven, they didn't really let Jim be Jim, if that makes sense. 'Cause
Yeah.
his character in this movie is fairly bland compared to a lot of his other roles. You don't
Yeah.
really I guarantee you
He's-
he didn't get the opportunity to ad lib or improv anything.
Yeah, you could
Yeah,
see kind
he's
of
very
you could see
tame.
some beginning material with him doing some funny faces and then like playing the guitar with his leg.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole dance scene is him really just showing off his physical comedy.
Yeah.
Like, not
That's-
just it being able to move in a way that's funny, but actually just being able to fucking move in a way that's fun to
Mhm.
watch.
I felt like the most Jim Carrey moment in the entire movie was when she was taking his pants off. And he's like, "Oh, while you're down there, you can check my ID in my other pocket." Like,
yeah, picture of my mother in my wallet. You can check when you're down there.
yeah, I love my mom. Like, that whole like that felt Jim
Yeah.
to me out of everything. Because even in the shower scene, like as much comedy as that is, he's not really part of it. He's almost like a prop.
He has, let's say, comedy, quote unquote. Big ass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
basically all
the
about
reason
his friends and the other people in the shower.
Yeah, and the only reason I think we either laughed or were surprised by that was just
Well, yeah. What's
Yeah.
the?
It's literally the absurdity of the scene.
Mm-hmm. But even then, it's like that's kind of
It's just like-
cringeworthy.
it's kinda like when,
look, the straight guys are pretending to be gay. Oh, unintentionally. It's like, all right.
Well, I was
Okay,
more
but you
gonna
have
say
to
it's-
remember, dude, the 80s and the 90s was a very different.
I understand that, but I'm saying like that's a product of its time because like now it's just like okay, it's just fucking cringe. They're not actually doing.
It's
anything
one of the
funny.
things in the movie that just aged the most poorly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially the way that scene ends. But
also just the surprise of it is what got me. It's like when Retard was just dropped in Liar Liar. It was like, holy shit.
different times, man.
Yeah, just
These things did not used to be considered a.
Yeah.
Taboo.
No, they did not. And so now when they come up, it's like even if you don't find them offensive, they're still just very surprising to see.
mhm.
Exactly. Like it's just like a whoa, you could say that.
You're allowed to say that before they canceled you on not Twitter.
I don't know. I just when I see stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, that's. So to me, it's like somebody using period appropriate language or terminology in like a historical movie. It's the same thing.
Yeah, that's honestly.
Yeah.
I would
refreshing.
expect a movie that covers the Civil War to have certain language and terminology in it
Like I said,
because
hon-
it's a quote unquote product of its time.
yeah, and honestly, it's honestly kind of like refreshing in a way. It's like, oh yeah, it's like people used to just talk back in the day.
Yeah.
Would've
Like
thought.
whenever you see a movie set in like the 70s or 80s and they do like the school bully thing, and they actually have them say fucking racist, homophobic, whatever it is to OD shit, because that's just how bullies talk to people back then.
Or they
Yeah.
actually just kick the shit out of the protagonist.
Also that.
Usually both.
Mhm.
But I mean, as far as the story of the film goes, I think it's a pretty simple premise. It's not overly complicated. There's a few, setups and
Yeah.
scenes for like uh almost that comedy of errors, sort of miscommunication, and you obviously have him turning into a vampire and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of setups for comedy that I think works.
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah, it's a
Jim,
fun movie.
Jim transforming and like the like how that manifests is like actually pretty interesting as the film goes on. Because remember, he has a burned burger and he's just like, I can practically hear it meowing still. And then like even after the first time, immediately gets like a raw burger.
He takes his burgers like they're actual fucking charcoal.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, the guy literally lit the whole grill on fire
And then sprayed
and
it
then
down.
used the fire extinguisher to put it out on the other burgers.
and then gave it to somebody.
No, well, after wiping it off.
That doesn't. That's
No,
not
Yeah,
how
he
that
just fucking
works.
rubs on
No.
his fucking apron.
No, I know that was like that adds to the joke.
That's so terrible.
And yeah, it's like even outside of the main story, just like a bunch of the side shit and the background stuff going on, they were very much making primarily a comedy.
Yeah.
Like there's very little actual drama in here. And the one scene where we do get actual drama, which is like the heartfelt conversation between Jim and his girlfriend, all of the other students who heard it just start fucking applauding like they just saw fucking Shakespeare in the Park because they're making fun of them for being so
So
serious
cringe.
and dramatic. Yeah.
I don't have a lot to say about it. I just like even when the second watch through it, and it's like as like my quote unquote palette expanded, it's like this movie still just is meh to me.
Okay, I have a theory, and this is going to sound horrible, so I'm going to apologize in advance to all the women folk.
Oh god.
I feel like
Okay.
part of the problem with the movie is that, at least to me, the Countess is not believable as being this sort of like era of the 80s object of like lust, obsession, desire. Like to me, even when she's young and beautiful, she looks way older than she should be.
Yeah, like
Are you
the
saying
idea,
that like she's just not
the
hot
idea-
enough?
Do you feel like
Basically,
maybe
yeah. Like, okay, if you
yeah,
wanted
no,
to tell this
No,
premise,
no, I'm not. No, I am
Yeah.
not like mad. I'm actually just
Yeah.
finding the it kind of just
it's
chuckle worthy.
it's chuckle worthy, but it's also like, well, hang on, he's let him cook because
Yeah.
it's like
Well, yeah,
it is.
she's supposed to be supernaturally hot. Like
Yeah,
the
that's
devil
the-
out of what's the fucking movie I'm thinking
Oh,
of?
the Brendan
Yes.
Fraser
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Elizabeth
that
Hurley is a fucking monster of a dime.
Or
piece.
something. Another movie this movie actually reminds me a lot of is Death Becomes Her.
What?
What?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that.
That got something.
I got something. But
Yeah, at least one other person here has some fucking culture.
Shut
yeah,
up.
just the one.
How many Sonic games have you played, buddy? It was okay. Checkmate.
He's got you
I
there,
can
Slur.
see that
All
in
of
every
them.
possible
We played all
way.
the same games. What do you mean?
That's true.
I
You're the
like-
only-
I like the.
Okay, so it's not just me though. Like there's something about the sort of package that's being sold that just doesn't work.
Yeah, I can kind of see what you mean. She's very obviously a fucking beautiful woman,
Yes.
but she's not like a supernatural born in the fucking fables
Creature of
legendary
lust.
temptress.
Yeah, she's no like
Do
she's
you-
not she's not like succubus level of
It's
like
a
oh
phase
my
one
god kind of
knockout
thing.
upgrade with
do you
that.
feel like that's by
Yeah,
modern
there you go.
standards?
I
No,
don't
I
know.
mean, I
No,
think even
no,
for
I
80s
think
No.
all of
standards,
the other movies were referencing her from the same period, and they had the same premise. They were
Yeah.
supernaturally
Right.
hot women luring men into these supernatural fucked up situations.
well, no, it's
because
a
they
good.
were so hot.
It's a good
the
thing
thing-
you
and
pulled examples from that time period because I, for a split second, kind of was worried that was the track you were going on because it's like because we're in an era where Lady D exists.
Yeah,
And,
but that was
but
but
that's
if you remember, that was the era when Monica Bellucci was in her fucking prime. You know what
exactly.
I mean? Badass bitches existed back then.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing is like not once again not to disparage her, but like yeah, Ninja's got a point. Is that she doesn't radiate that energy, and it's not just looks, it's also that like vibe. You know what I mean? Like that feeling of Dommy Mommy energy, like to do the home
Yeah, that level of like call it charisma or just
Odd-
like you said,
oddly
energy.
enough,
You know,
just the vibe.
Oddly
The
enough,
vibe isn't there.
the laundromat lady had more Dommy Mommy energy.
unironically, yes, she really did.
Actually, yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, if you want to get technical, both of the laundromat ladies did.
I was about to say, yeah, homeboy turns around and his guy is just
In the
in the fucking
friggin'
wash.
dryer.
That's not
Like,
Dommy Mommy.
how-
That's just straight. If she just tried to kill him.
Yeah, she's just like, you're fucked, homeboy. It's like,
Oh
Yeah,
no, there's
just
put 'em
definitely
in the
somebody
dryer.
who's into that.
just put him in the dryer.
Some guys pay extra for that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I have what?
Okay,
Is it
so
all
it's not just me. Like that
No, I
vibe
could.
was
No,
definitely
now that you explained it, I getcha.
yeah.
Yeah. Who is your one in that Brendan Fraser movie? Because I think that's actually like the perfect
I-
go-to example. of
Elizabeth
exactly
Hurley.
what
Elizabeth
movie.
Hurley. She's a fucking
Yeah.
like she plays the devil, and you believe that she is like the ultimate
Yeah,
temptress kind
that
of deal.
is somebody you could see some kind of simple guy selling his fucking soul to.
I was
Exactly.
about to say, it's
Exactly
like
the
you could
premise.
tell
Which
because
is
she.
exactly the premise.
No, I was gonna say you could tell
Is
because
that
she
the
made him
devil?
buy
sorry,
McDonald's.
sorry. It's not actually the premise. She's just the temptress. He doesn't want to fuck her. She's just there to be the temptress. Because remember, his whole thing was trying to get that one chick. It
Yeah,
wasn't
he's
had
trying to get
anything
the
do with it.
other girl, and it keeps twisting on him in fucked up ways.
She's there as like this fucking sex goddess that she is, but she's not actually the focus of attention.
Yeah, she has no focus anyways, just because of the fact she makes a comment. She's like, "Oh, I fooled around with a couple of girls often in my past," and he's like, "Oh, good luck with that." And she still doesn't make it any sort of point to go
Yeah.
after the girlfriend.
And it's also a weird thing too. It's like it's kind of like we should do Bedazzled because that movie's fucking awesome.
gotta go out there and give 110%, man. Okay.
I was gonna say one of my, it's a really not even subtle. One of the jokes I like from the beginning is like you're supposed to prove you're the devil. I paid for this as they were at the fucking McDonald's.
Right? I didn't even get fries.
He didn't wish for fries.
The devil screwed me over for it. Okay, we gotta stop talking about
Brendan
better
Fraser
movie.
arc and can the Mummy be included in it once more?
We might
We've
that might
already
be
done the Mummy.
Please,
Yeah, I was about to say.
please.
No, I need to do. If we're gonna do Brendan Fraser, we gotta do the whale.
No, I'm not ready for that.
I don't wanna do that.
I'm
I like watching fun movies about fun stuff. That makes
I'm
us
with
feel
Max
good
on this
inside.
one. I don't want to be depressed. Like I still haven't seen it. That's why I'm like I don't think I'm ready yet.
There's something about the whale that just I haven't seen it yet either, and I know I want to get around to it, but it seems like the kind of movie where if you're worried that it's going to hit a little bit too close to home, that's all the more reason you probably should fucking see it.
Maybe.
Yeah. I like my movies to make me feel stuff, even if I hate them. As much as I fucking hated Clerks 3, it fucking got me.
Well, yeah,
That's
the ending did get us. It's just
Yeah.
I like
We
it.
were
I
also
like-
feeling other things for the rest of the movie.
I
Yeah,
like
like
to,
most of them
fucking
were suicidal.
Rage.
but I don't. It's like you have to be in the right mood for Joker. It's like I don't want to watch this.
Yeah,
man get
otherwise
beaten
you're
down.
just in the wrong mood and you just turn Kung Fu Hustle off 20 minutes in, you know?
That's a callback.
Been a while
That-
since we dug that one up.
Yeah.
And it still hurts. It
Still hurts.
still hurts. Like, not gonna lie. When you said that, I dropped my controller. I'm like, ugh.
Congratulations, people cannot be in the mood for movies. We've established this.
You've established some fucked up things.
No, but no, it is true. Like you can.
People-
If you're not.
yeah,
in the mood-
you-
if you're
you
not- if you're
has-
not in the
you
mood
do
for the
have
movie,
to-
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be the best fucking movie in the world. If you're not in the mood, you're not in the fucking mood.
Yeah, that's true.
Really?
yeah.
You want to play this game? Tell
But-
me you're not in the mood to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'll
I
wait.
am.
I mean, I don't know. Like I don't
I'll
want
wait, Wyatt. I'll wait.
I don't want to put that energy out there, but there could be a very like traumatizing thing that makes you not want to watch that movie.
Don't you
gonna
defend him and his
I was
shenanigans.
actually about to say, hold
We
on.
need to get off of this fucking topic though and get back to the movie.
You
that
say
we
that when
literally
like
can't stay on
it
topic
will
with
cause
because
the
it's
movie
that shitty.
cause Sarah to burst into tears. So it's like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, I don't think
let's the once bitten thing. But how many
Yeah.
vampire like
It's a
how
pretty
many
cool
vampire
song. Pretty catchy, you know?
so.
yeah, it is really catchy.
No, sorry.
But,
The
like-
reason I was so confused about, I'm going to talk about this. So when I said like the post credit scene, when I thought like, yeah, I guess like they were going to the buddies were going to get laid. I thought they were going to try to suck their
we
blood. That's
understand.
what.
You grew up in the MCU era. You've been conditioned by Disney.
You have been conditioned,
What?
dog.
I know. I
There's
thought they
been
like
multiple
they were
respect-
they were virgin blood. I thought they were gonna like try to attempt it with them now. Like that's
Yeah, but like your
Why
little
would
first
they? They're not the fucking countess.
yeah. Then like
they
I
don't
love
draw
the
power from the countess though. Like I thought they were just on their own by that point.
No.
but yeah,
Okay,
like,
classic vampire lore. You always have the patriarch or the matriarch, the progenitor of the curse or the whatever you want to call it. Anyone they bite is considered a thrall underneath them.
It's a pyramid.
Yes,
your pyramid.
it is the
Oh
original
my god,
pyramid
vampires
scheme.
are a pyramid scheme. Holy shit.
Yes.
Confirmed.
Oh god, shut the
God
fuck
damn
up.
Somebody make that
Illuminati.
movie. Like it's selling Avon, but it's actually just a vampire cult. I'd watch that.
That right? Let's get on it, Slur.
Selling Avon. That's a
And Bernie Madoff makes a fucking cameo just because he's like taking notes.
Notice how little we want to talk about this fucking movie.
I'm saying like I'm trying to get us.
It's fine. There's nothing
I'm
wrong with the movie.
I'm
It's a
trying to
good
get us
time.
on-
It's just I do wish they had gotten a hotter chick to play the Countess. I think that would have helped sell a little bit. I wish we got to see a little bit more of her. It's coven is the wrong term, but like her
Brood.
her little
I think
harem
coven-
of vampires,
Nest.
you know, because there were some interesting things there that were mostly visual gags. Like you can see that clearly she's been doing this throughout the ages, and like they all have different coffins.
Yeah,
and
the
different
Confederate
clothes.
flag coffin.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Like-
we only get like a little bit of development with like just seeing that one guy's coffin. Everybody else.
But that would have been cool to like get to know more about them and them as characters and have them be more relevant to the plot.
This
Yeah,
would have made that going
There was a whole thing set up about like how they were gonna have to make him feel welcome. So I thought that like what was
Yeah.
gonna follow was the comedy of them intruding on his life and trying to teach him to be a vampire when he doesn't want to be one. Like, but then they just don't really do anything with them.
Yeah, well, I was.
As
This-
abrupt as it was, I do kind of like the solution to their problem was them both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very creative and very straightforward solution.
Yeah.
There's multiple ways
And
to
it's
skin
like
a cat.
you only had a minute, you didn't have time. Oh
And that-
shit, you did have time.
Just, dude, his like what is that called when like the Undertaker gets up thing or like vampires do that shit? What is that called? Does that have a fucking term?
I don't know.
Not that I know of.
Just like that rise or whatever. Like Jim Carrey, that was cash.
How-
when Carrey
Yeah.
came up from that fucking thing.
Although now you've got me thinking, how fast would Jim have turned into a vampire if it was Lady Dimitrescu instead of her?
It's a fucking rom-com, so it's all like, oh, but beauty is the kind of shit. So who cares? That's another thing. I guess it's like the genre is also something I'm not interested like whatsoever. It's rom-coms.
I'm
I
kind of hate
finish
most
that.
rom-coms.
Like I do
There's
like
a
that.
few that are really good. It's a short list for me as well, but there are some that I really enjoy.
There's
Like, the-
there's like few that I like. I don't know if I'd ever call them like I like 50 First Dates, but I wouldn't call it good.
Oh, we're not starting that fucking can of worms again.
Yeah,
Jesus
we're not
Christ, that movie's so
The Wedding
fucked.
Singer, okay? The original rock.
Wedding Singer's not bad. I like it.
Wedding Singer's not bad. Yeah.
It's been so long
Hitch.
since I've seen it, I don't remember.
What's the one with
Oh, this is another one that's probably not that great, but I remember liking it. It's Jimmy
Don't Mess with
Fallon
the
and Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore.
Taxi?
No,
Sorry.
it's all about it's
The Ugly Truth? Is a good
no.
one.
Oh, I thought you were trying to name Pitch, I think. It's where they're basically Jimmy Fallon's a
Nah.
Red
Where
Sox.
Will Smith tries to teach
That's
Redditors how to
that's
date.
that's Hitch.
I can't not think of Taxi. It's like, oh yeah, I remember when Jimmy Fallon got with Queen Latifah.
Oh my
That was
god,
a
he
thing.
was in that movie.
Yeah,
No.
that's
Yeah,
when you said
that's
Taxi.
why
I
I
was like,
said
oh
it.
my god, I started laughing. 'cause
No,
it's like,
it's
that is not what that movie is.
No, yeah, it's Jimmy Fallon, Drew Barrymore,
Also,
and it's
she
all
is
about how
she is way out of his league. So
it's all about like
Yes.
how Jimmy Fallon is like really likes the Red Sox.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Like
Jimmy
I said, I don't.
Fallon's kind of
I'm the only
cunt,
one who's
so-
seen this movie.
I
This
don't
is
give
weird.
a fuck about rom-coms, dog.
I
Like, that's
know,
why I
but
like
it's
Is it
Why
Fever
would I watch
Pitch?
a
Is that
Fever
what you're
Pitch.
saying?
Thank you. I like.
I've never
Okay, so
seen
there's a
it, but
movie
I'm
out there
familiar
about
with
Jimmy
the
Fallon
movie.
liking Red Sox, and I'm supposed to have seen
No,
it.
the
Yeah,
baseball
like-
team, the Red Sox.
Yeah, but he's a fucking Europe man. Like they don't do fucking baseball because it's gay.
Don't all countries by this point
It is
do
an
baseball
incredibly
now?
fucking dull, boring.
Yeah, they
sport.
do
It is
fucking
horrible.
cricket like proper gentlemen.
Yeah,
No,
it's like when we talk
No,
about football, it's
hurling.
like, we don't do
No, I was gonna
football,
say
we
they do
Irish
hurl- they do
hurling is one of the
hurling.
most great spectator sports because it's absolute fucking insanity. Everyone
Is
just
it-
goes around hitting the sticks. Nobody's wearing padding.
I was
At
going to
best,
say,
he
isn't
gets
the
like a tiny
chance?
helmet. The number of injuries is insane. It's
I was
great.
gonna say the
wait,
number
hang
of
on. Wait, hang on. Wait, I think I'm thinking of a completely different sport. What is that sport with the puck that you like have to sweep as you throw it down the hole?
I thought that was
Hockey?
hurling.
Curling?
Is that
No,
hurling?
hurling
Hurling.
uses as a ball. And it's a
No, no,
fucking heavy ass ball as
curling.
well.
Curling.
Curling. Okay, curling.
It is
Oh,
curling.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's
It's
an ice sport. They do it on the ice.
It is probably
and-
one of the gayest fucking lamest
and-
sports of all
and
time.
yeah, and-
Somebody
Is it
throws a
when you have to
puck.
sweep it in front
Whoever-
of
Yes,
the
yes,
it's-
yes.
Whoever
That's where they
fucking
throw
made
the
that an
puck very
Olympic
slowly,
sport
and then
needs
they
to be
have
fucking
sweep it.
hung.
It's so stupid.
Like a
It's
At
sport-
that point, you might as well just let bingo be an Olympic sport. You know,
Hey
fuck
man,
Yeah,
hey man, I
it's
sat
not the
down in a
same
fucking
speed.
bar.
Well, bingo is more exciting though.
I sat down in a fucking barber shop during the pandemic and looked up the TV and they were doing fucking American Cornhole League and I'm like, this is
Hey, don't talk shit on
Bullshit.
cornhole.
I was like,
Yeah,
this is
no,
like,
I-
Hey,
don't
it's a
talk-
cornhole.
fucking
That's the one where you like,
don't-
throw a beanbag through a
you throw a
plank.
bean bag through a fucking piece of wood and I'm like, what?
It's
Fucking
Wow.
I
Oh,
should-
That
that
there's a
kind
whole
of
league for
cornholing.
that.
Yeah, no,
All
that's boring.
all the while no. Like, of course it was the professional because no one was drinking. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I
You're
know,
doing-
but like, it was even,
doing it
even
wrong.
You
Sean-
can't get the good cornholing league on TV, okay?
Yeah, we can't get the shit wrong.
Okay. to
Are we
be
gonna leave at
fair,
5?
though, I didn't know it was called cornholing until I
I'm
watched
just
this
playing. I'm
film.
just playing to play. If you want to
Okay.
leave, yeah.
Let's just keep going. Let's go to 10, 15.
Question.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, do we have any thumbnail ideas?
Oh,
Are we like? Yeah, we're stopping this review one more to fucking.
dude, like honestly, I don't think. Okay, Rose, you're the one who recommended this movie. Do you have any other like thoughts you want to share with it?
Or I guess the big question would be why.
I'm not trying to like end it. I'm just throwing that out there.
Like I said, I feel. I honestly,
No. Oh, okay,
I feel kind of
it's
bad.
trying to go. Let's hear from the ladies what their thoughts are on this particular movie.
Yeah, there you go. Because
All
like, I
right.
feel bad for the movie to be honest. Because it's like, I have
Ladies, the
nothing to
floor
say
is
about it.
yours.
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have a vampire fan. That's pretty
Same.
much the choice between behind a lot of things.
Shut up.
This ain't it though. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I-
hold on.
I-
On the scale of vampire fetishes and
It
like
kind
hot
of has a
vampires,
soft spot in my heart just because I was so
Yeah,
young when I saw it the first time.
That's fair.
so
Okay,
pale Jim Carrey.
let's
was
And
talk
you're
to-
talking like the developmental stages before you actually hit preteen, where you're like, I don't know what this feeling is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe I want to eat some buttons.
Not gonna lie, that was also
kind
another
of
great
develop
gag.
a Pika-like thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just,
Good.
there are better movies out there. This one just holds a soft spot in my heart.
That's fair.
And it does match with the Jim Carrey adventure that we are currently on.
Yeah, and it's a perfectly fine movie. That's kind of part of the problem. We have very little to say because most of it just works. It's
Yeah,
funny
and
where it needs to
realistically, I'm
be. It's
glad
not
it's during the
freaking
Death
knee
Becomes Her
slapping.
comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's very little we can point at and say like it breaks the movie or it doesn't work. Or
Well,
takes
but
us
that
out
brings
of
up
it.
an interesting point, right? So, like, even for the 80s, even when this came out, it was probably considered to be very mid. Nothing
Yeah.
special, because obviously it wasn't a massive success at the box office or anything. So for me, it's like this would have been considered like a 5, maybe a 6, even when it launched. But like, look at how little we have to say, and how basically it's fine for a 5 to a 6 from the 80s, as opposed to like now. It's hard to even get a movie to be 5 or 6
Yeah.
because they're usually such shit.
Yeah, we are kind of in the age of the extremes. It's either like an Everything Everywhere All at Once, where it's just a fantastic fucking movie, or just absolute dog shit. Like, I don't remember, what was the last mid film like, I guess was Dungeons and Dragons mid?
I haven't
I
seen
thought it
it.
was
Good.
fine.
It was enjoyable.
Good.
I haven't seen it, so I have no thing on it.
Yeah,
The
I
trailer,
haven't seen it either. I
trailer-
was basically warded off of seeing it.
the trailers looked okay, I guess.
The trailer doesn't do it
No.
any favors, to be honest.
The trailer does not look good.
No.
Well, also
The
the
movie is
market
better than the trailer, which is like
also
proof
the
that
marketing, they were
whatever
like, we
happens.
purposely humiliated the men. Like, that's
Yeah.
actually not very.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
not
yeah,
shown.
that
Purposely
That's not shown.
emasculated their
Movie, that's
lead
the weird part.
character.
That is
That-
also
Yeah, they
another.
don't actually do that in the movie. That's so weird.
Yeah, that's the weird part. It's not shown in the slightest. Yeah, they do make some jokes out of Chris Pine's character, but he's a bard.
I mean, he
He's
has
literally
like
the laughing
he has his
stock.
flaws, but he also has many redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
He's a broken fucking person, but also ultimately rises to the occasion on a classic fucking character arc. It's fine.
All
We've
right,
talked
so
about
let's
a
hear
lot of
from our
movies
other
now
two
on
ladies.
this.
We haven't let them speak.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Other ladies?
River.
Okay. Well, I already gave my weird take earlier.
That
But
still confuses me, by the way.
yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but that's just the vibe that I got. I
Trying to be a cult classic.
yeah. Do you
Is it
understand
because
what
of
I'm
the
saying?
subject
Whisper?
matter? Like, because it's about a vampire, that automatically makes a cult thing, or no?
How much did this
Um,
make at the box office? I've
Probably not a lot.
I was gonna say that's a weird standard because Twilight fucking ran the goddamn theater.
No,
for
I'm more
fucking
just
a
curious.
decade.
Like, did this even make its money back? Like, that's
Yeah, I mean, at
When
least this
you
is
look
more
at a Bearman,
respectful
you
to
have to
vampire
convert
lore
to
than
that.
Twilight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
for an author who literally had never researched any vampires before and then decided to go, oh, look, I'm a writer.
fucking Stephanie.
Listen,
Meyer.
how dare you? That fan fiction came off the inside of her trapper.
You
Listen,
mean,
she can
Jane
still like.
Austen
She's a
Grey
fucking
stuff?
hack, but she can get it. Okay, I'm just saying.
No,
Look,
not even.
I'm sure a lot of
She's
people
fine,
use.
Doug. I don't care what you say.
Dude, not
Look-
with Wyatt's penis.
Look, I'm sure a lot of
She doesn't
people.
have one.
I'm sure a lot of people used up their one cum to that.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I'm just saying, it's in the same thing as fuck. Who was that one chick who ran with John McCain?
Sarah Palin.
Sarah
Yeah.
Palin.
She's not
This is
your
oddly
first.
political.
She's not your first choice, but if you're at a bar, you probably wouldn't say no.
She looks like she could play a convincing fucking vampire. Like, you just look at her,
Probably
she looks
'cause-
like a soul-sucking monster.
I mean, she's a
And-
politician. So.
And probably could be a bit
From
hotter
Alaska
too.
too. Oh shit. Wasn't that like
30 Days of Night.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't that like a whole fucking movie series about like vampires in Alaska?
I'm pitching it now. 30 Days of Palin.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
Wait, hold on. Is she topless?
Max fucking put his hands behind his head and leaned back. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, let's do this.
Smoking a cigar. Like, it's like, let's do it. Let's make some money.
I'm not smoking a cigar. I'm licking a lollipop very fast.
Oh,
Shit, wait, do you not know that reference?
The owl is looking at you and just shaking his head.
Never mind, don't worry about it.
it's a Bayonetta reference, isn't it?
No, it's not. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, knowing you, I went to like the 5 different things you know: Sonic,
All right.
Devil May Cry, and
We
Bayonetta.
got, we got
Five
one
things
more
that
lady
you
to
think I
weigh
know,
in.
you fuck. I'm more cultured than you are. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, communists don't approve of culture.
Yeah,
we don't
apparently.
get many movies
It's
on
like, yeah,
Arrakis.
you only get 5 things that you're like, fuck off.
Sonic is Western propaganda to bring you down the state.
No, it's Harkonnen propaganda. Everybody knows that.
that means.
All right, so we got one more person to weigh in.
Yeah, take it away.
That's you, Erica.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so sorry.
Bruh.
Dropping the ball.
It's a vampire movie. I enjoyed it, but that's about it.
Thought you were about to stop at. I thought you were just about to stop at. It's a vampire movie.
It's a
just like,
vampire movie.
Wow.
Drops mic, leaves.
It's one of the vampire movie of all time.
Yep.
This was
True.
probably the movie of '85.
It's probably like the hardest 5 we could ever actually give any kind of movie.
I'd probably give
Absolutely
it a 6.
perfect middle of the road.
Maybe 7.
There's a few chuckle-worthy moments, you know.
Like I said, I don't. As the problem is, I don't hate the movie. That's the issue. I
Yeah.
just like.
I don't
or
think I'll
sorry,
ever
I
watch
don't-
it again.
Sorry, I don't think it's a bad movie. It's just that like I don't really like it.
Oh no,
Movie-
I'm a big fan of Terrible. This was not the greatest, but like
It's a good thing it's all uphill from here, huh?
Yeah.
I did enjoy just how fucking profoundly 80s it was. That was fun.
Yeah. Like hell, that one
I liked the
that one
final act.
scare gave us all a really good chuckle. So not gonna lie.
I liked the
It was
final
legit.
act. That was funny. Like it was actually one of the only. Like it was,
later blood.
Like, what?
holds out hand is received buttons.
I'll say, wait, Erica, you're the only other cold person here. Yeah, it's weird that we felt.
Wow.
Okay, right?
Hey,
man,
Erica,
hey,
you're-
listen,
you're-
I had to
you're
deal with you
black.
white
What do you think of
motherfuckers
this?
All the fucking other times. It's finally we got some fucking diversity in this goddamn call.
You're brown enough.
I'm not brown enough. When people talk to me on the
Get
phone, they
browner,
think I'm
asshole. That's
white. When I get to the fucking
brownish,
client and they
okay?
see me, there's a moment where they're like, "Oh, he's a lot browner than he sounded."
He looks like
Hold
maybe
on,
he's
that's not what you've
Filipino
told us
or
before.
something.
Before you've told us every time someone sees you, they think you're Mexican.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I sound white over the phone, and then when a client sees me, they're like, "Oh."
Yeah, then they lock. Then they lock up all their valuables.
Yeah.
It's okay, you're just an Oreo.
Well,
Yeah.
but what's like the brown version of an
Oh, what?
brown enough? So you're brown, not black. So
Is he the left version?
are you like a lemon Oreo?
What?
No! How fucking dare you? Don't ever fucking compare me to that fucking travesty ever again. I will fight you. And I will bite you,
Or
probably
you're
at the same time.
caramel ones where you're kind of on the inside, bro.
Like half and half. It's like a swirl.
I'm fucking Oreo.
Later caramel macchiato.
Ugh.
Wyatt, let's extract.
Hey,
Jesus
just
Christ.
white enough to attract all
Whatever,
the basic
whatever you say, brown-skinned person.
Oh, my warframe is literally black. Jesus, I can't say anything. Except the
You
race
can't
of-
escape it. It's a canon event.
Hold on, let me just lock up all my valuables first. Let me just.
His name is Pumpkin Spice.
Well, you know,
Oh god.
we did the thing. We did the
Well,
one.
I would say a 5.
Yeah, it's pretty much a 5. It's not overly bad. It's not overly good. Praise, but there's not a lot to criticize either. It's just pretty straightforward. Which, as weird as it is, I would rather watch this than a lot of the shit that's coming out now.
Oh yeah,
You
a
know.
5 compared to like a lot of things is actually pretty decent. There's
Yeah.
nothing in this that sets off alarm bells. There's nothing in it that's actually like shit or ruins the movie. It's actually a perfectly pleasant watch.
Yeah.
All right. Rosemary, Erica, what would you guys give it?
What would you rate it out of 10?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's literally between a 5.
5 or 6?
All right. What about you, Erica?
I guess a 5.
So the
Bye,
mid.
everybody.
Yeah. It's mid. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, like I'm. Should we
Homeboy
tell
did
them what
better
we're
movies.
doing? should we tell them what we're doing next to get
Are
them
we
to
okay?
get
So
excited?
are we approaching the final 2 episodes of this arc?
No, we're
Yes.
the final
Okay.
3. We've got one more.
No. Final 2 episodes. I said episodes.
Oh, that's
We're not
right.
fucking-
Right.
We're
Sorry.
not your fucking Top Gun Mandela effect bullshit.
You have
Let's
fucked
go
up
with
this list so goddamn bad, dude.
What do you mean?
We've all fucked up this list. Anyway, the next one will be definitely better than this movie.
Yes.
Yes.
With that, we'll all see you next week. Jog on.
Bye bye.
Later, blood.